Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account, and it is confirmed that the next hero we are going to be seeing is another Draconic hero, and it is going to be another Highborn Draconic hero. So of course, if you're building land like I am, we're going to go ahead and continue building land. Don't know the impact, don't know exactly what this hero is going to look like, but I want to hop over because they did data mine the skills and abilities, so I want to run through those. And then also looking over on the Facebook account or the Facebook page, it does have a picture of the new hero. He looks very, very cool. When you start looking at the Stormbringer Skylan, this is awesome looking, which it reminded me right off the bat of the Awakened version of Iran. That's kind of what it made me think of. And even looking here, this almost looks like it is a dragon or a small dragon head. You can see the wings up here, but you can see the head right there. And then of course, kind of the flowing, even the color palette and everything with the Awakened version of Iran is exactly what it made me think of. When we start looking at the skills and abilities this hero does possess, Skylan the Stormbringer, you can see that it is a Draconic agility hero, so pretty cool right there. So let's run through these skills and abilities, see exactly what this hero looks like. So starting with our first one, the Dragon Storm shifts into dragon form hovering in the air. So very traditional to what we see. Then spits out Lightning Orb that deals damage of the attack rating to all enemies. So very similar to what we see with Ainz, than what we've seen, with Hildwyn. It is going to hit everyone on the entire battlefield. Enemies near the spot where the Lightning Orb lands suffer extra damage when cast actively. This skill triggers the Storm Surge element. Now thinking of that, so if you have bosses that are centrally located, they are going to take X additional damage, or if you have everyone grouped up, it's going to do a lot more damage in there. This element effect forms after the first cast of the ultimate. For the duration, effects by Draconic Thunder have their energy recovery rate reduced. So there we go, we're knocking out energy. Afterwards, every time he casts the ultimate, the element will be enchanted for so many seconds. While enchanted, lightning bolts will be triggered on enemies affected by the Draconic Thunder, dealing dragon speak damage. The damage ignores dodge. This is going to be massive because that means all of the rangers, everyone that does have a lot of dodge, is going to be negated by the damage that is coming from the Dragon Speak and the Draconic Thunder. Only one hero on the team can shift at a time. That, of course, again, traditionally when we've seen the Draconic heroes, that is kind of, we can't have them all changed at one time. The Lightning Orb deals damage equal to a certain percent of the attack rating. Enemy nears will suffer extra damage. And then it looks like Draconic Thunder will be applied on enemies near the spot where the orb landed, lasting so many seconds. So there is multiple layers, and of course there is going to be a amplifier or extra damage out of there. Second ability, which is the Lightning Lance, wields his Dragon Lance Thunderbolt, Thunderbound, and hurls in the area with the highest concentration of enemies, dealing damage equal to 0 of the attack rating to near enemies and applying Draconic Thunder on them. So now we have two ways to apply the Draconic Thunder, and it makes me think a hero like Meleon to put everyone together, that is going to be a game changer running them together. Not only the buff factor, but the ability to locate and put all of these enemies together is going to be kind of crazy. Enemies affected by Draconic Thunder will have their haste reduced. So now we have a reduction of haste in there as well, and the energy recovery rate reduction. Draconic Thunder also deals Dragon Speak damage of the attack rating to enemies around. Draconic Thunder cannot be dispelled when applied to the same target again. The duration is refreshed. Wow. Other targets hit by AoE damage from Draconic Thunder will be inflicted with Draconic Thunder themselves. So it's almost like a static electricity or a chain lightning in there. Enemies affected by the Thunder have their Dragon Speak resist. Now we have a Dragon Speak resist reduction, which again is going to allow him to do more damage. When it goes to the same target multiple times, Dragon Speak damage equal to so much of the attack rating on there. So wow. Piercing Resolve. He has two normal attacks, Dragon Lance and Dragon Blade, with the latter being ranged. So one that is going to be melee, one that is going to be ranged. While no enemies are near, Skylan prioritizes Dragon Scale Blade, dealing damage to his equal, reducing the enemy's physical resistance. This again can make a really big difference with amplifying damage in there. Dragon Lance also knocks enemies back. When Dragon Lance or Dragon Scale Blade hit a unit affected by Dragon Thunder, he will gain energy. This effect can be triggered so many times. And then of course the E30, every normal attack. Normal attacks will be assisted by a Cloud Pierce Drake, which is a little dragon. Dragon Speak damage equal to so much of and applying the Draconic Thunder. So it seems like Draconic Thunder, guys, on this is going to be everywhere for this hero. Thunderburst, Skylan uses Bolt Step to teleport to a location with few enemies, leaving behind a path of lightning that lasts for so many seconds. Enemies that touch the path are inflicted by Draconic Thunder. So again, Draconic Thunder is going to be everywhere. There can be up to so many paths on the battlefield. Enemies that remain within range of the path will be stunned. There is the crowd control aspect. Pass on the lightning will not disappear when Storm Surge element is enchanted. When Skylan takes fatal damage, he triggers an extra Thunderburst, then becomes invincible and untargetable. There's the cheat death that we were looking for that we normally see with these heroes. So he does have that cheat death in there, which is kind of crazy. Looking at the hero, I know they are just crazy hard to acquire, which is why a lot of players are not going to get him. But when it comes to the whales, that is it. So big shout out to the Floof Pyre for putting this together. So when you think of this, so the Reverberate in the Windborn, this of course is the 3 of 9 and 9 of 9 furniture, which is built into the skills. Or no, that's right, he's not awakened. The signature item and the Windborn are separate. I apologize. So looking at the signature item first, after casting the Lightning Lance, a Phantom Dragon Lance will remain in an area of highly concentrated enemies. So that is going to hit more than once. Doing Draconic Thunder on then, of course. Storm Surge element is enchanted. Enemies within the range of the Phantom Lance take Dragon Speak damage. While the Storm Surge element is enchanted, Dragon Speak damage taken by enemies within a range is increased. Then the Storm Surge element will generate at the start of battle. Very nice. So he's going to come right out of the gate, casting and having all of that lightning. Every so many seconds, an enemy remains within range of the Phantom Dragon Lance, permanently takes more damage. That will be very good on bosses. Maximum boost, and then of course the 9 of 9 furniture. At the start of battle, Skylan gains so many points of dodge and magic suppression, which I like. When no enemies are nearby, this effect is boosted, boosting the dodge and the suppression. After the Storm Surge element is granted, for every so many points of physical pierce he has, deals so much more Dragon Speak damage for a max boost. So thinking of this hero, stacking and building up the physical pierce is going to make his damage go through the roof because of the Dragon Speak damage, because of the thunder that's in here. This is going to be a hero, of course, damage-wise with the heroes. It's going to be one of those heroes that, of course, you know, are going to be almost on Gwen's level, it looks like, initially on paper. Now, I know it is brand new, but it is kind of crazy to think that they're putting so much power into these Draconic heroes and still putting them behind a massive paywall. So if you want to get the hero, of course, getting those insignias are going to be super expensive, which just like me for land that we just got to Mythic, we are talking probably never building this hero, unfortunately, even though if he's one of the best heroes, because we're so limited on the ability and really the methodology to go ahead and pick up all of those insignias in their entirety. So for the Draconic heroes, like I said, I'm still building out land. Even though a new Draconic hero comes, it doesn't mean that land doesn't have any utility or that the utility goes away. What we could see, though, which I'm kind of concerned about, is Gwen's utility might go down, might run hand in hand, might be replaced a little bit with the new Draconic hero, because when it comes to support versus damage, we've talked about this before, when it comes to our support heroes, they are a lot more stable. They have the flexibility to go into different formations, and they're not as really affected by the power creep that we normally see with our damage dealing heroes. With the damage dealing heroes, in really retrospect, they are easily and a lot easier replaced by other heroes versus having the support heroes, which are very difficult to replace with other ones. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.